Oh! Oh, yes. I'm so excited about this brand new plugin by one of my favorite plugin companies, Baby Audio. They finally released their very own synthesizer plugin. Let's check it out. By the way, real quick, I just want to let you know about my free sample pack that you can grab by clicking in the description below. This has a bunch of awesome drum samples for creating retro electronic music. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just click in the description below. So it's an analog modeled synth plugin. Looks really awesome. Looks like it comes in different colors. That's cool. A lot of people criticize plugins for like their UI like looking cool, almost like bad if the plugin looks cool because it's all about the sound, the sound, the sound. And that is true, but let's face it, like creating music, it's an art form, not just a craft. And I like to look at nice, beautiful looking plugins while mixing. Sue me. Don't sue me. It says it is a synth with a soul. BA-1 is a modern reimagination of a cultish 1982 analog synth that looked like a toy but sounded like a beast.
It brings you pure and authentic lo-fi textures that are fast to program and dripping with color.
That sounds like it's right up my alley. This is a video I previously played. SYNTHWAVE! So BA-1 is based on a portable 1980s synth with a toy-like appearance and a gritty sound. Despite its small size, it left a big mark on music history while still flying somewhat under the hype radar. The original has been used as a secret weapon for bubbly synth textures by some of Sweden's most successful pop producers of the last 2 decades. It was a staple of the 1990s digital dance hall, so I wonder if this is like Ace of Base type sounds. And beloved by the indie-tronic scene for its lo-fi quality, the CS01, so it's based on the Yamaha CS01 synth, I guess is what the original was. But Baby Audio's motto is an evolution, not an emulation, so they don't strictly emulate things. They're kind of really enhancing things, which is what I like a lot about their plugins. It's like, yeah, it's an emulation, but they update them for the modern producer, because let's face it, a lot of the emulated plugins don't really make sense for the modern day. Like, you get a tape emulating plugin and it has like inches per second on there, like how fast the tape is moving around in terms of inches per second. Like, that's not relevant today because we're not actually using tape. So why not just tell us what that control is doing, whether you increase the tape speed or not, like what's the actual character that's introducing to your sound. So that's kind of Baby Audio's approach, which is why I really like them and why I am a proud affiliate. So true to form, they modeled the original hardware with the greatest possible accuracy before carefully upgrading it with new and useful features. For example, a second analog modeled oscillator, a third FM oscillator, polyphony, etc. Oh, so the original was only mono. Help to vastly expand the sonic palette of the original, all while keeping its signature sound unspoiled. Furthermore, BA-1 lets you drain the battery, bend the circuits, use the built-in speaker, and much more for an authentic lo-fi aesthetic that you can normally only get with real hardware. That's pretty cool. So you got built-in effects. Comes loaded with 500 plus presets, including specialty packs created by some of the best sound designers in the industry. Michael Oakley Synthwave pack. I'm a huge fan of Michael Oakley Synthwave. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. I'm so excited. All right. Let's try it out. Oh! Oh, yes. That is so synthwavy. All right, so let's break down the UI here, the interface. Now, one thing I really love about this plugin is that it is Very simple, but also gives you tons of control and effects built in, especially some unique effects. For example, the glissando effect here you can add in. It's got an FM filter here, control. It's got side chain. You can control the tone, the drive. It's got a built-in delay and reverb, chorus. So it's really got everything you need, plus some bonus things that other synth plugins just don't have, and you have the battery control here. So obviously this isn't something like Serum, which is super complex, where you can, you know, basically create any sound you want, but you probably don't need something that complex if you're just looking for great sounds for your song, if you immediately want a great sound, right? So if you're not a sound design person, or you just don't want to mess with something super complex, this is a really great tool for you. And that's why I like it, because it's got really powerful controls, but also it's very simple and easy to use. So we can go through some of these controls here. So we can listen to this little brass chords we got here. So not really something I want for this, but it's just cool that you have that ability to add a glissando effect. And of course you got your two oscillators here, and you can control the blend with the X fade here. And so right now we got a sawtooth wave here, but we could move it to a square or a triangle, pulse width modulated. And this has a speed control attached to it, so we can control like the speed of this. So add some extra like modulation to it, so like an analog synth would. So that's pretty cool. Let's leave it where it was at. You can control the octave of it, of course. We want it fine where it's at. And you can pitch modulate it too. And this is also controlled by the LFO. So this LFO lets you modulate the oscillator pitch, I believe, and also the filter. So the filter over here. So it's really nice because a lot of times, like, again, with more complex synthesizers, you can like modulate just about anything, and you kind of drown in the sea of possibilities, and you kind of waste time trying to find something that sounds good. Where here it's just like, these are two things that we know sound good. You can modulate the pitch, you can modulate the filter. You can see it's already modulating at a speed of 1:1. The pitch here, so we can hear the pitch oscillating a little bit here. So it just gives it more of that lo-fi analog type of feel. So moving over, we got the FM slider here, and so we can hear how this just adds character to the sound. So if you want a little bit darker or brighter, you can use that. Of course, we've got our filter, which is the same as any other plugin with your cutoff, your resonance, your envelope. Then we got our envelope over here. So you got your attack, decay, sustain, and release. Again, just like you would have on any other synth. And then interestingly, you also have this sync control here. So we can sync it, the attack here to the beat of the song. So that's really unique. And then we already talked about the LFO here. And this is also a very unique control that I haven't seen in any other synth, is this built-in sidechain. So we can immediately sidechain this to the kick, or the beat really of the track. And can have it be pre or post routing, which I'm thinking post would probably be post effects. So after all the effects, and pre is its sidechain before the effects. So it's being sidechained and then all the effects come in. I could be wrong. Since I'm receiving this pre-release, this is a pre-release version. There isn't really much literature out on it yet. So that would be my guess on what's going on here. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's kind of being ducked. And then you're hearing the effects, but post, we're hearing all the effects and everything being ducked as well. And then you have your effects section here, so we can control tones, we can make it darker or brighter or both. That's cool. And you get 2 different modes as well. So you want to add some nice saturation. This is really cool. So we got circuit here or overdrive, I think. OD, yeah, overdrive. So circuit would be like what? Like transistor type of saturation. So this is, I guess, more saturation. The other one's more like distortion. So we'll listen to this with the saturation. Kind of staticky. It's a little darker. That's really cool. Again, you can get more of that lo-fi, authentic, vintage style feel. And of course, you got your delay here. Pretty self-explanatory. And reverb, very simple controls. You can control the length of the reverb and then the amount. Pretty simple. It's really cool. You don't have to mess with complex effects and controls. You just can quickly dial in the sound you want. And of course, you got a chorus here, on and off. And another unique effect here is this battery control. So I guess the original synth had a, like, you could run it off of battery, and when the battery got low, it changed the sound. You can't hear it at all. It's dead. So this would be really cool for like automation, like a transition or something. And then the last unique thing here is you can actually like turn on the speaker for more lo-fi sounds. I guess the built-in, or the original analog synth had an actual speaker, so you could hear it out of the synthesizer itself. So yeah, it gives it more of that tinny speaker kind of lo-fi sound. So that's really cool. So that could be really cool if you're making a lo-fi track, obviously, but even if you're not making a lo-fi track, it could be maybe be interesting to have this switched on like earlier part of the song here where it's like the intro. It's like dirty and lo-fi, and I turn it off when it hits the chorus. So it'd be cool. Just endless possibilities here. And of course, it has amazing actually built-in presets and everything. So this is a really awesome plugin. I highly recommend it if you make any kind of vintage, retro style music or lo-fi. It's a really amazing plugin that can quickly get you the sound you're looking for. Basic brass. Nice. Hello. It's a mono string. Sounds so good. All right, let's see. Michael Oakley's Synthwave pack. Some nice running bass type sounds. Nice sweeping bass. Retrowave. Ooh. Got effects. Ooh. Oh, Kraftwerk. Blips, nice. Can definitely use that. That's really cool. Boards of Toronto. I'm guessing that's based off of Boards of Canada. Pretty cool. Steampunk piano. That's really cool. Nice big saw. That's in mono. Nasty boy. Pads. Brother Tiger, another one of my favorite artists. Definitely sounds Brother Tiger-y. Jupiter's Glory. Lo-fi Blade Runner. Oh yeah, it's definitely Euro 90s. Africa. I don't know what how to play Africa. Definitely sounds like it though. Oh, these all sound good. I haven't heard a bad sound yet. Retro ARP. Stranger Things. Time Cop 1983, another one of my favorite artists. Tycho, another one of my favorite artists. Oh, it's definitely Tycho-ish. Washed Out. It's got like, this is like a synth made for me. It's like all my favorite artists sounds in here. Oh yeah. That's just Michael Oakley's pack, so Michael Oakley has good taste. We could just look at all the other basses in here. Pads, leads, plucks, and arps. Keys. Very lo-fi. Definitely very lo-fi. Space Symphony. Up after the rain. Choir. There's only one thing left to do now, and that is to create a track with this. Super awesome plugin. I highly recommend you get it. So click in the description below to get it, or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/BA1 and be sure to use my code OAA at checkout so you can get 10% off this synth and all baby audio plugins. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like and be sure to check out this other video up here which breaks down another awesome plugin for creating retro electronic music. With that, have a great day and keep creating.